1. Mark Wahlberg, the ridiculous penis from Boogie Nights. Not his real one, you widows. Mark Wahlberg stole the fake prosthetic penis from the set, and speaking of massive, this thing is 13 inches long. When Boogie Nights was finished, Mark Wahlberg just took it home with him, considering they had to mold it to his own body. It seemed that he should be the one to have it anyway. Plus, it's not like he took it for no good reason. The actor says, I used to keep it in my dress drawer, and I take it out and slap my friend in the face with it. I don't keep many things from my movies, but that just seemed to have personal significance. At least he put it to good use. He also said that he didn't think there would be that much interest in it, but maybe he can at some point sell it an auction for charity. So you see, he is not just a heartless thief after all. 2. James Caan, typewriter from Misery. There are really only 2 props from the set of Misery that anyone would recognize, the typewriter and the sledgehammer. Coincidentally, both of these props went missing from the set. Rumor has it that Kathy Bates took the famous sledgehammer from the hobbling scenes, and she says she thinks she knows where it is. James Caan is more open about his talking of the typewriter, wanting to have a little keepsake from his time shooting the film. He just neglected to ask anyone if he could take it. They probably didn't mind. Even back in 1990, when the film came out, no one was using typewriters. 3. Ian McKellen, keys to people's house from The Lord of the Rings. Most of the props that Ian McKellen has from playing Gandalf on The Lord of the Rings, he was given. He has Gandalf's head and sword that were given as gifts, and few other things he has as keepsakes, but there's one thing that he just told and never owned up to it. I've got the keys to back end, he said happily in an interview with Total Film magazine, and I've got some knives and forks. I know Peter Jackson was saying, we've lost the keys to back end, and I had to keep it very quiet. He may seem like a sweet man, but he's devious too. 4. Ben Affleck, Batarang from Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice. At the end of filming Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice, director Zack Snyder gave the cast some gifts from the set. Ben Affleck was given a grabbing hook, but it turns out it made Ben Affleck feel awkward because he had already stolen himself a gift. He said, oh absolutely, I straight up stole a Batarang. I put it in my pocket, thinking I have earned it. The props guy came to come and get it, and I said no. I thought I had a kind of movie star pass for that kind of thing. I stayed strong and flew off to LA with it. The props guy was super pissed. Felt that Ben Affleck who stole my Batarang and never returned it. Affleck may have just inadvertently created a super villain from the props guy. 5. David Tennant, Sonic Screwdriver from Doctor Who. It's not a movie set, you say. Well, he's been a movie set several times, plus David Tennant's last episode of Doctor Who, The End of Time, before he came back, was basically a movie anyways. After filming, Tennant refused to walk away empty-handed. When he was asked if he was able to take something of a keepsake from the show, he replied, you are not alone, you really aren't alone. Still, that couldn't stop him. He ended up taking his character's famed Sonic Screwdriver. I put it in a secure location because I suddenly got worried my house would get burgled and I would lose it, so I locked it up somewhere. 6. Chris Pratt, Star-Lord's jacket from Guardians of the Galaxy. Chris Pratt is the internet's favorite person right now. Soon he will wear out his welcome, no doubt, but for now he can do no wrong. So here's where we tell you why he's not so great. Nope, the reality is that Pratt is actually a sweetheart. When it was released that he stole Star-Lord's jacket from the set of Guardians of the Galaxy, people were like, whoa man, well. But then he said, I stole the jacket and some of the wardrobe so that if this movie comes out and does what everyone hopes it can, I can follow the example of someone, say like Russell Wilson, and go visit kids. If it was a big enough movie to where it would mean something to a kid who's sick in the hospital for Peter Quill or Star-Lord to come visit them, I will do that, and people were like, oh bro, oh. 7. Gabriella Union, cheerleader outfit from Bring It On. Do you remember the cheerleader outfits from Bring It On? Yes, to be questioned. Okay, well, this is an interesting one because Gabriella Union claims that after the shoot, she had a replica made just for fun or not. Then not so long ago there was a screen-used Rabia Union cheerleader outfit that went to auction. So it does seem a little curious when you put these stories side by side. Does Union have a prop dealer side business going? Maybe by had a replica made, Union meant stole the cheerleader outfit. Makes you wonder, do you think at 42 years old, Union can still squeeze into it? Damn right she can. 8. Kristen Stewart rings from Twilight. When Kristen Stewart was asked if she took anything from the set of Twilight when shooting was finally complete, she said that she took a few things. Specifically, she said, "I kept the rings. The rings are really important to me." Her mother gives Bella the moon ring in the beginning, and it fully and completely reminds me of the director Catherine Hardwicke every time I look at it. Is it weird that she also kept the engagement ring that Robert Pattinson's character gave to her as well, now that they have split? Probably, but show us something that isn't weird about Stewart, and we will show you a rotten liar. Robert Pattinson has also admitted to stealing panties from the set, whether they were men or women's were never disclosed. 9. Elisha Cook Jr., the Maltese Falcon from Maltese Falcon. John Crosden, the owner of John's Grill in San Francisco, wanted to find out one of the Maltese Falcon status used in the film The Maltese Falcon. He sent a private investigator out to track one down, but they had no luck. They were apparently tour-made, but no one had access to them. Then one magical day, Elisha Cook Jr., the actor who played the role of Wilmer Dickinson in the film, approached Coffins with his own personal signed status. How did Cook get it? No one knows. None were given out on the set, so he must have just posted it. Then Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool suit from Deadpool, not to be outdone by Andrew Garfield. Ryan Reynolds also felt the need to steal his character's suit after filming was finished on Deadpool. Reynolds was not shy about owning up to his saying loudly and proudly, "I love wearing it and I have run away with one." I will probably get into trouble for saying that, but I have waited 10 years to do this movie, so I'm living with a bliming suit. He didn't actually say bliming because he is, after all, the mug with a mouth. So his language is not PG rated, he's R rated like his movie. Bad to the bone. Reynolds also stole the Van Wellington ring, but no one even noticed that was missing. You would be hard pressed to give that piece of garbage away. 11. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man suit from The Amazing Spider-Man. It's no secret that Andrew Garfield and the brain just behind The Amazing Spider-Man didn't live off on the greatest of terms, but maybe there's more to the story that we have been told. Garfield may have worn out his welcome when it was discovered that he was a thief. He admitted to his evil in an interview, stating, "I may have stolen one and it may be in my luggage, it may be in my hotel luggage, it may even be in my backpack in the car. This is just one more winker in the Spider-Man saga." 12. Simon Pegg, Starfleet Patch from Star Trek Into the Darkness. Having acted on the Star Trek film in the past, Simon Pegg knew the procedure when it came to props. On the first film, every day we would hand back our badge, and I have a Starfleet ring communicator phaser. You would hand it into an armed guy at the end of the day before you could leave the set. He said this left him unable to take any souvenirs home with him. When it came time for his second go-around on Star Trek Into the Darkness, Pegg used his experience from Mission Impossible Rogue Nation and his knowledge of the props return process to steal something. Well, actually not really, he just took something. "I stole my badge," he said. "It was on my costume when I got back to my trailer, and this beautiful little brass thing, and I put it in my bag, so better the other way." 13. Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter's glasses from Harry Potter. Daniel Radcliffe may look like an evil person, but deep down he's a nice person. That being said, he does have a dark side that comes out when he really wants something. After filming was complete on the Harry Potter films, Radcliffe ran through and swiped not one pair of Harry Potter glasses, but 2 whole pairs. He wasn't the only thief on the set either. It turns out that once one of them tasted the thrill of a criminal life, they all wanted some. Rupert Grint stole the number 4 off the Dursley house door, which is crazy considering that isn't a stage piece, it's a real house. Grint basically just vandalized some poor person's home so he can add to his personal memorabilia collection. Then there's Emma Watson. Watson went full kleptomaniac on set, stealing anything within reach, including a clock, a time turner. Hermione Swan and our hearts. 14. Dakota Johnson. Unaware from 15 Shades of Grey. You would think stars want only items that they can find anywhere else, but they can be lazy too. Instead of going out doing some shopping for herself, Dakota Johnson, after finishing up which type of underwear it was, but she claims they were comfortable, so we're confident that she stole the panties pictured above. When asked what else she stole from the set, Johnson admitted, I do have a flogger in my house. It's in the garage with Dust. While we were unable to figure out who this character nicknamed Dust is, we can assume that he's a dirty fellow. 15. Sean Astin, One-Eyed Willie's treasure map from the Goonies. Everyone seems to think that Sean Astin was given the treasure map from the Goonies as a gift, but as he puts it, I don't believe we were formally gifted these items, but I remember being in possession of it. Those aren't the words of someone who got a gift. Either way, the story goes that his mom threw out a map by accident after Astin moved out of their home, but he says that too may be not exactly true. I may owe my mother an apology. I moved out when I was 18, but I left all my stuff at home. When I say I moved out, I mean I moved my body out. When I came back, my mom had sold our house. She bought another house. But for 18 years, I have saved some things, thrown some things away. But now nobody knows where the map is. It wasn't in any of the boxes. But one really cool thing that happened was, a few years ago, my dad brought over this US mailbox. You know, those plastic bins? And it had a bunch of junk in it, like one car from the train set and a sock. My wife put it in the garage and it just sat there. Then one day she slid it over to me and I was like, oh look honey, a letter to my girlfriend from when I was 11. And then on the side of that I pulled out the skull and crossbones key, and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. So yeah, maybe my mom has it and she doesn't know where it is. Maybe one of my friends took it from my home. Who knows? That means it might still be around somewhere. The hunt begins.